This week on Run Junkie, Conference Madness Flowdown and what it all means.
High school rivalry showdown, New York City Marathon, and did you know they're still running track?
What the fuck? Let's get into this Flowdown on Conference Madness that went through this weekend. At Big Ten's, Wisconsin marched in, took the title with a 17-point victory, showing they are fierce Badgers. The only team to better that score was the 2005 Badgers with Chris Zielinski that went on to win the national title.
A national title in 05? What about a team that's going for their third straight national title? Oklahoma State won Big 12s this weekend, but the question is, who's their fifth? Is German going to show up?
Well, a guy who did show up was Mr. German Fernandez, who took his first Big 12 title since his freshman year in 2008. Back then, he was one of the best runners in the NCAA. I gotta ask the question, will this man win a national title?
If anybody wants to win an individual national title, they're gonna have to go through a wall named Lowy LeLang. Lowy broke away from the field and won his first ever Pac-12 title.
Well, speaking of Pac-12, the story in Arizona were the Colorado Buffaloes, who came in and provided a clean sweep of the Pac-12 championships for the first time. The number 16 women took down 4 teams in the top 10, including number 2, Washington.
You know who they didn't take down? Number 1, Florida State. Florida State went 2 through 6 at ACCs. Can you say domination?
Oh, I might be able to say domination, but can you say experience? Because that's what the Villanova women have. Everyone's talking about the Oklahoma State three-peat, but what about the three-peat for Villanova?
Who is Pete, and why do we keep bringing him into cross country?
I have no idea, but maybe Pete can fill in for Villanova because they do need a 5th runner.
You know who they don't need? A number 1 runner. Sheila Reed wins her 3rd straight Big East title, and she's gonna be going for her 2-peat national title. It doesn't look like anybody could beat here at the NCAA championships.
Hey, Alex, do you remember 2009?
And look at Behringer continuing to struggle. Look as though she's about to stop. This is unbelievable. Oh, it drops to the ground.
Oh my goodness, what is going on?
You said you'd never bring that up ever again. I'm sorry.
But Jordan Hasse is the runner we thought would challenge Sheila Reed, but she finished 3rd at the Pac-10 championships, and only 3 weeks to go. Will she be ready for Terre Haute?
You know who's ready this week? Katie Flood. She won her first Pac-12 championship as a sophomore, and you gotta wonder, is she an individual title contender?
Is she a contender for a national title?
Thank you, Coach.
We have all this information now, but what does it all mean? It means Wisconsin versus Oklahoma State on November 21st in Terre Haute, one of the biggest showdowns in the history of the world. It's gonna be crazy.
You know what's crazy? Did you see Heps?
Holy sh!
Let's go, Tigers!
We asked you guys out there, was that the coldest meet in the country? And you said,
What about Conference USA?
Taking first place, finishing in
or
Landmark D3 Conference?
and we haven't even talked about Connecticut high school meets.
Speaking of high school, Edward Cheswick sets a course record for the 70th straight week.
70th week, Alex.
It doesn't matter how many weeks, he's the best runner in the country.
I beg to differ. Futsum Zeta from Indiana broke a course record by Lucas Verbicus.
It doesn't matter. Futsum Selassie, Edward Cheswick, NXN, Foot Locker. It's going to be a showdown.
Oh, speaking of showdowns, all across the country were state meets, and this week wouldn't be complete without talking about the best states. Alex?
Iowa. West Des Moines Dowling sweeps the 4A state championships in Fort Dodge.
And in Maine, Abby Leonardi, the All-American on the track, wins her 4th title, and the Cheverus High School girls finish 1 through 4 in team scoring to take that title. Boom.
Is that your alma mater?
Yeah, how'd your team do?
They were 6th.
Now moving on to pro news, the Frankfurt Marathon saw the 2nd fastest marathon ever, 2:03:42 by Mr. Wilson Kipsang. Amazing.
Amazing. Speaking of other marathon news, we will be at the New York City Marathon. Join us all week for live coverage and pre-race action.
Yes, play-by-play, in and outside of the athlete venue where they will be coming in and out of the dining hall. It should be very, very interesting.
Look for 2 fantastic debuts from Americans Bobby Curtis and Lauren Fleshman.
Another American we need to talk about is Miss Sarah Hall, who ate many, many Mexican tacos on the way to her 2011 Pan American Game gold medal performance in the women's steeplechase.
Can we please stop talking about this? I want to talk about some things that people didn't see this weekend. Like 1, David McCarthy had a little bit of a tummy ache.
The regional last year was a good boost, but it's just been this whole...
We found out Louisville has the largest KFC in the history of the world.
At Heps, we saw a lot of smart guys running in really dumb conditions.
And at Pac-12's Amar Musa let us in on a little secret.
First time in the Pac-12, and we have, oh wow, my voice is cracked.
That's all right.
Still hitting puberty.
You're young.
Yeah.
As we get ready to close out this week's show, let's run through the laundry list of things you should look for.
Tomorrow, full awards watch list will be released.
If you didn't see yesterday, the Colas calculator came out. Check out to see what teams look to be going to the NCAA championships.
Follow us all week long for NYC Marathon updates on Twitter.
And right down below, hit the button to like us on Facebook.
Grow the show.
Grow the community.
Grow the sport.
Help Alex and I grow.
Whoa, we've already hit puberty on like Amar. Have you seen these mustaches?
Well, fine. Regardless, hit that button. Every time you hit like, our mustaches will grow an inch.
And every time you shave a mustache, a kitten dies.
Don't kill a kitten. See you next week.